That was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Don't be like a horse with blinkers.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex and then I pulled
crap, but it's nice.
Okay, my name is Nosipio Gugulethu. I'm from Langa. I'm a lesbian and I'm out in South Africa.
Ndumefunda, a feminist, gay female activist. Love people, persistence and perseverance are what makes me to be the person today.
Shane Sinclair, the big drama queen of Gugulethu Gugulethu. Big social butterfly, love alcoholic, used to love men. Thank God I'm taken. And yeah, well known. What can I say? Fabulous.
Okay. Nomtidile Miyolel from Makaza. I'm a lesbian.
Desiree I'm a lesbian and I'm an activist as well. I'm from an organization called Free Gender. We operate in Khayelitsha.
I'm Sibusiso Sean Ngeka from Khayelitsha. I'm from the Khayelitsha Gay Youth Forum. It's under Desmond Tutu. I'm also a gay activist. I'm a proud gay. Sure.
I'm the only girl. I'm the last born as well. It was difficult at first, but my mother is very progressive, actually. So in time, she did come to accept me as I am. And she still loves me as the child that she gave birth to. My brother, he was also one of my biggest supporters.
But in my family, my mother, she didn't understand what is this gay thing. And asked me, Mom, what would you do if you find out that I'm gay? And she said, look, oh my God, I'll never bond you. I bond you as I gave birth to a man, not to a half man. Yeah, okay. And like I was laughing. And so I told my sisters, you know, my sisters are always, some of them are always supportive and stuff like that. So I told my sisters, I've got this feeling. Like, okay, I sit with girls now. Okay, like, I just feel like with my friends, you know, most usually a guy, like, see that girl, like, she's so sexy, how about you come and, like, and approach her and stuff like that. But then I didn't have that feeling. And, like, okay, I waited, what's going on with me? But then when their boyfriends come around, I'm like, oh, fuck, what the fuck, Jesus Christ. I was, like, melting. But then, yeah, yeah, but then I told my mother like yes. So okay, I told okay, let me just wait and like if she's acting like this, she's gonna see herself. She's gonna find out anyway. I'm living with her more, so and and then I like now she went since last year she asked, what's happening to you? What's happening with you? I don't see a girlfriend in your flat. I always see guys. What's happening there? I said, no, you know, must we like to hang out and see him outside. It's hard for me to...
So I haven't told her.
My whole family loved me since I was like a puppy. Until now. They knew from the start they could see the girl in me. So I didn't have any explanation to do to my family. Listen, mom, listen, dad, listen, uncle, listen, grandfather, blah, 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 like I'm gay. No, I didn't have to go through this whole procedure. They understood me. They love me unconditionally. They support me through everything I'm going through, for who I am, and for what I am. And me and my father go through some arguments, hectically. And it's like a son-daughter, son situation. We just want to kill each other sometimes, you know? And we just like hug and kiss next time. The next thing is like, okay, sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Shane. Should I buy you a drink? Cigarette or something, then everything's over.
Gay and lesbian marriage has been legalized. But the fact is that that doesn't really mean anything to us. If you are in your house and you've got this fear of either being bashed or raped, do you really have time to think about, oh, I want to get married tomorrow? If you're in your house, you don't have a job because you are being discriminated against for being lesbian, you cannot support yourself. Is marriage really on your top list of priorities?
how many gays and how many lesbians have been married by now? Like, how many of them have went to a home affairs and like to get married? Very few of them, and even like it's very difficult for us gays to be like to go to home affairs. For example, I went to home affairs like for my friend was getting married. He lives in Simonstown. He was getting married this year, and like they said they were fully booked. And okay, we asked them, and like they were not fully booked. But they were having attitudes because towards these, how can like the two guys want to get married? Like they were discriminating them and in such a way, you know.
It's not to say that now that we're actually included in the Constitution and stuff like that, now we have so many lesbians. There have been many lesbians throughout the years, but their stories were never documented. So you can we didn't have a point of reference before. I've also met many aging women who tell me that, you know, when I was about your age, I was actually lesbian. And I'm like, and this is someone who's straight, who has children, who has grandchildren. And then I would ask her, but why are you straight now? But that's never answered. So that tells me that these things were even happening then. What wasn't happening was the fact that these were not being reported. Being gay or lesbian is not a new thing in Africa. It's always been there. It's just that it was never put out into the light.
Ndifuna uthetha pha kulaa nto ithethwa ngudesri. Udesri like uyayibeka kakuhle ne. It's not like kuthiwa mose thina njemba, especially thina as gays, njemba sizi-gays nje sibaleka mhlawumbe umoluko, sibaleka amasiko nezithethe zethu zakwaXhosa. Of which into engeyiyo leyo. Ndiwenzile okay amasiko like ebuncinci, into ezifana nembeleko, ndazixhelelwa ibhokhwe zembeleko. Ngoku ndisayinkwenkwe ndiyavuma, kodwa ndiza kuluka. Kulo nyaka, I'm not doing this to prove it to anyone, but then ndilandela isiko lam lokoluka njengakwaXhosa. I agree with Udesri. As like what she said now, it's like most of the people think that, and most of the people's perspectives, they think that like we as gays, like the gays, they are running away from doing our traditional stuff and, you know, circumcisions and stuff like that. But then that's not true, because I did in the past. My family have already slaughtered a goat for me. There's in our culture it is called imbeleko, and now I'm about to do the circumcision thingy, and you know in December. But I'm not doing that to prove it to anybody. But I'm doing it because it's part of my culture. It's part of my tradition.
In the olden days, the old men, let's say my late father, if it happens that he was working in mines, and then when he come after 2 years or a year home to visit his family, his wife and kids, he brings a friend along, the Tatu Khatebe person. And he becomes it's a reality. Listen to this one. Listen to this one. And Tatu Khatebe comes with my father. Yeah. And when he's being introduced in the family, he's my friend, he's my colleague. But the strange thing is, the wife has to move away from the bedroom that she's sharing with the husband. The husband has to share with Tatu Khatebe. If maybe she caught them into act, she cannot say anything. That is what we call patriarchy. Patriarchy, the male dominancy. So the wife cannot ask the husband, what is this all about? And then if the wife is dishing in I think I like the fact that we're African, yeah? When a wife dishes the husband, so obviously it's bigger than the wife. Yeah. So the wife has been expected to dish Tatu Khatebe exactly the same like Udedi here. Yeah.
What were the Boers? Sorry that I'm putting it that way. What was the old NP using? Their biggest tool was actually divide and rule. And that's exactly what's happening now. It's so much better for these men, these black men, to actually have us divided than to have us as like a united force. Because that is the time that we will stand up, and we will stand up for women's rights. And that's the one thing that they're so scared of.
We need to talk about the issue of HIV and AIDS. Those who happen to be HIV positive, who happen to be gay people who never asked for the disease, we need to support them.
Yes.
And all of us, we need to know our status. We need to live an example life, because they are saying we're so promiscuous, we don't even know our status. People must stop knocking us about that. Those people who are sitting there, they know our weak points.
I was doing a research with Desmond Tutu, and with the status, it came out saying that like 2 in 5 gays, 2 in 5 gay guys, 2 of them is HIV positive, you know. And unlike that, I would like us to, as gay guys, to lower the rate because we are in the higher risk as gay guys. Especially gays, they are not responsible. They're not responsible at all. They like to socialize, I know that. They like to drink and get tipsy. And when they tipsy, they easily open their legs. That's the main problem we're facing as gay guys. If we could start getting our act together and be responsible and start taking, you know, a responsibility for your own acts, maybe we can lower the rate of HIV and AIDS. I've seen it happening, especially in Khayelitsha and in other places, in Makaza and other places, other townships. Gays are in a high risk, but they do not care. They just easily open their legs, and we must stop doing that.
It's quite difficult, definitely. It's not to say that gay and lesbian people are not worthy. I don't even think that worthy is the right word. Are not well adjusted, are not educated, are not skilled. We have all those things. But we have one thing, which is stopping us from becoming what we're supposed to be. Because each and every person is born with a purpose. We cannot reach our purpose because there are people who are standing there stopping us.
We need to put pressure on the government. When they were actually canvassing for elections, they were going door to door asking for us to vote for them. I still remember the approach of the COPE and the ANC personally coming to me saying, we're going to protect you guys as gay people. You need to vote for us. Because look, in ANC, the one woman said to me, we've got so-and-so and so-and-so, they are also gay, they're in our organization. In COPE, we've got so-and-so, they're in the leadership. But now, we can't run and point the fingers to the government first. We need to unite. I am so pleading you guys, all of us, to be engaged. We need to engage ourselves so that we can make our voices heard.
Ndomi also said that we need to unite and stop being bitchy, as Smooth said that. Smooth said that we must stop get bitchy about each other, because we also as gays and lesbians, we also judge each other, saying that, no, that person is a bisexual. You see? Yeah.
Fruits eendag, you know, something like that.
She sleeps with men and also women. She is bisexual. She's not gay. You see, we also put labels on each other. So how can we unite when there's all that discrimination between us?
I do find that a lot of women are actually very, very anti-lesbian, not homophobic. I'll say not homophobic because that also includes gay men, because you'll find that a lot of black straight women adore gay guys, but they don't want to hear a thing about lesbians. And I've asked myself, I'm like, I'm a woman, she's a woman. The only difference is that I'm attracted to women, and that's just my thing. Why is it that this woman cannot see it that we're actually alike in many ways? And it finally dawned on me, what Ndumi actually touched on earlier, that this is actually about patriarchy. You know, I truly believe that no child just hates out of the blue. A child is taught to hate. And in a way, it's the very same thing with women, because I believe that it's men who put those ideas in their heads. Straight men put those ideas in their heads that you should not engage with lesbians. And yeah, they just fill them up with all these negative things. And these women end up feeling that, that's the way they have to live.
There's this problem between us. If I live, for example, I live in Khayelitsha, and there's some guys in Gugulethu, Manenberg, and stuff like that. But when maybe we talking, we as gays in Kailicha will say, oh, don't tell me about this movie that's Gugulethu. Into esinjalo. Ukubona like uba singahlangana sisuse nalando sinayo yombhichwano wesizimufi. Sisonke siyeke lo mbhichwano sinawo, sisebenzisane, silwe together, simanyane ukususa ubudlobongela benzekayo kuthi ebomini. Londo leyo ngenze inqobela eyiyo kwaye nohulumende wethu ozayo ingasithi abapha kwezatafile zaseparliament.
Yeah. How do you then change the negative perception? As we said, Lulekisizwe is through lobbying and advocacy. And we need to simplify because we grow up in the township. We need to engage ourselves within the community. We visit the hospice. We go to old age homes. We work together with the leading organizations such as the ANC Women's League. We work together with the women churches. So this is how you change the negative perception. We raise an awareness around the issues. Also, we want people in the community to know that we are here, as we're sitting here, we're part of the society.
We need to go back to teaching people to respect themselves. We need to get back to allowing people to really appreciate and accept who they are. Because if you have so many people 24/7 telling you that you're a bad person for being gay, you hear that 24/7, it is going to sink in at some point. Now, instead of really defending yourself against that abuse now, you actually turn it inwards. That's when the demons actually get into you. That's when you actually really turn into somebody that your family cannot even be proud of. But once we can really get people to really look at themselves and see where they can actually go and actually realize that they are worthy people, that they are people with a purpose, that is when people will go back to what they were meant to be.
My dream is to become one of the best radio broadcasters and like to do the TV presenting and drama. Media studies, that's me you're talking to. Yeah.
My dream is to be a human rights lawyer, actually. I'm looking to actually study that. It's something I'm passionate about.
My dream is to be a soccer star. As I said, I like football.
Hairstylist, songwriter, fashion designer, or makeup artist.
My dream is to see us sitting in one big honey valley where we will be liberated, no interruptions, and enjoying our lives.
Okay, my dream, I want to be a lawyer, but at the same time, I want to be a judge, standing there and telling those people who are saying that lesbians must be killed and all that thing, it must come to an end. We must also live our life as we want to. Yes.